Goff fires at the one. He didn't get across, but there are flags down. Ball ends up in the hand of Goff. He goes across. Did they have a whistle first?
The Pittsburgh Steelers didn't just survive Week 16, they dominated it. In a wild and chaotic clash that had everything from highlight reel plays to controversial penalties, the Steelers emerged with a 29-24 win over the Detroit Lions. The victory pushed Pittsburgh to 9-6 on the season, solidified their lead in the AFC North, and sent a loud message to the rest of the league. They are not just playoff contenders, they're postseason threats. No one expected this game to end in total mayhem, but that's exactly what unfolded at Ford Field. The Lions, fighting to keep their postseason hopes alive, had not one but two touchdowns called back in the final seconds of the game. Jared Goff threw what appeared to be a game-winning score to Amon-Ra St. Brown, only to have it wiped out due to offensive pass interference. Then, with time expiring, Goff delivered again, or so he thought. A lateral play from St. Brown after another catch crossed into the end zone. But once again, the officials huddled, reviewed, and ruled it back. Offensive pass interference. Again, the calls were highly controversial and sparked an immediate outcry on social media. Fans, analysts, and even former players weighed in on the decision, some backing the referees, others furious about the timing and impact of the flags. The emotional whiplash in the stadium was palpable, with Lions fans erupting in cheers one moment and gasping in disbelief the next. "Crazy game, so happy to get a win," said Aaron Rodgers, who called the end chaos. The Steelers didn't win this game with just luck or late flags, they won it with dominant smash-mouth football. Jaylen Warren had an absolute breakout performance, ripping off two 45-yard touchdown runs in the fourth quarter alone and finishing with a career-high 143 rushing yards. Pittsburgh owned the ground game, outgaining Detroit 230-15 in rushing yards. That's not a typo, 230-15. That kind of trench dominance hasn't been seen from the Steelers in years. The offensive line deserves major credit for this performance. They consistently opened up lanes, won at the point of attack, and wore down Detroit's front seven over the course of the game. For a team that has struggled to establish the run at times this season, this was a breakthrough performance. After a sluggish first half, Pittsburgh came out swinging in the third quarter. They took control with a massive defensive play, sacking Jared Goff in his own end zone for a 2-point safety. That shift in momentum gave the Steelers the lead and a surge of energy that carried them through the second half. The defense didn't stop there. They pressured Goff all afternoon, forcing hurried throws and limiting big plays. The Lions couldn't find their rhythm, and the Steelers made sure of it. Linebacker T.J. Watt was a constant presence in the backfield, blowing up run plays and hurrying throws with relentless pressure. Safety Minkah Fitzpatrick also played a key role in shutting down Detroit's deep threats, particularly in the second half. One of the biggest highlights of the day came courtesy of running back Kenneth Gainwell. In what might be the most impressive grab of the season, Gainwell made a one-handed catch while practically lying on the turf. Then, in one motion, he popped up and sprinted into the end zone for a touchdown. Plays like that don't just show skill, they show hunger. And that's exactly what this Steelers team is playing with right now. The play quickly went viral online, with fans and sports personalities replaying the clip over and over. Gainwell, often overshadowed in a crowded backfield, showed he can be a true weapon when given the opportunity. While much of the attention has been on the drama and big plays, Aaron Rodgers deserves serious credit for keeping the Steelers steady. He didn't have gaudy numbers, but he managed the game with poise, avoided costly turnovers, and kept the offense moving. After the game, Rodgers said, "I'm going to enjoy this one, and we're going to turn on the Sunday night game and root for the Patriots." That mindset reflects a veteran quarterback who knows the stakes and keeps his team locked in. Rodgers' leadership has been a key reason for Pittsburgh's resurgence late in the season. After a rocky stretch mid-year, his experience and calm under pressure have helped steer the ship in the right direction. The first half was largely uneventful, until it wasn't. Pittsburgh receiver DK Metcalf shocked fans when he reached into the stands and appeared to throw a punch at a Lions supporter. The fan wasn't hurt, but the incident has drawn attention and could lead to league discipline. The Steelers managed to regroup quickly after the distraction, keeping their composure and focusing on football. Still, it's a moment that could have shifted momentum if the team weren't so dialed in. According to team sources, Metcalf was reacting to what he claimed were personal insults from the fan. The NFL has yet to issue a formal statement, but disciplinary action could include a fine or suspension depending on the league's investigation.
Great consequences for the Steelers. DK Metcalf had mixing it up with someone in the stands.
Oh my gosh.
And that not going to have...
With just over 2 minutes left, Chris Boswell had a chance to put the game out of reach, but his 37-yard field goal attempt missed wide, giving Detroit life. The Lions marched down the field with urgency, and for a moment, it looked like they'd pulled off a miracle. Twice they celebrated. Twice it was taken away. The crowd at Ford Field was stunned, and the Steelers' sideline erupted in relief. The Steelers' ability to hold firm under that kind of pressure speaks volumes about the mental toughness and preparation of this squad. They didn't panic, they didn't fold, they finished. The win pushed the Steelers to 9-6 and 2 games ahead of the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC North. With just 2 weeks remaining, Pittsburgh is in control of its postseason destiny. If they win out, they secure the division. Baltimore's loss to the Patriots helped cement Pittsburgh's lead. Lamar Jackson left that game with a back injury, and the Ravens' playoff push is now in serious jeopardy. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, has won 3 straight after a rocky midseason stretch. They're peaking at the right time, and the rest of the AFC is officially on notice. This loss was devastating for the Lions. Not only did it mark their 2nd straight defeat, but it also ended their chances at winning a 3rd straight NFC North title. Their playoff hopes are still alive, but just barely. For Detroit, the final minute of this game will haunt them. 2 penalties, 2 erased touchdowns, and 1 brutal reality check. Jared Goff played with heart, but ultimately, the Steelers' defense and a few key officiating decisions sealed their fate. The Lions now need to win out and hope for help from other teams to have any chance of making the postseason. It's a long shot, but not impossible. If there was any doubt about the Steelers' legitimacy as contenders, this game erased it. They went into one of the NFL's toughest environments, faced a desperate team, dealt with controversial moments, and still came out on top. They're running the ball with authority. Their defense is making clutch plays. And they've got a future Hall of Famer under center managing the game with precision. This team is dangerous. And with the playoffs looming, no one in the AFC should be comfortable facing them. Pittsburgh's 29-24 win over Detroit wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. It proved this team can handle adversity, close out tight games, and dominate in the trenches. Whether it's Jaylen Warren bursting through defenders, Gainwell making circus catches, or the defense locking down late, this team has found its identity. They're gritty, they're relentless, and they're coming for the AFC. As Aaron Rodgers said, it was chaos, but sometimes in chaos, contenders rise. The Steelers just sent a message, and the league heard it loud and clear.